It's your boy Maj tuning in with you live. Boy, oh boy, I got the eye booger still, and I'm getting them out. It has been quite a wonderful start to the morning. Did my breath work today. I've been doing breath work for the last 4 days, maybe five. I'm now at that point where I'm doing it consecutively, and I experience how I feel with it, and then I start tracking it. This has been something that's been crazy. By the way, like, share, subscribe if you've been watching the videos and content and you really resonate with this. This is episode number 24, I had to think about it, of Outside the Box Thinking. And on this episode, I'm going to share with you the importance of manifesting with your breath and the movement of your breath, the awareness of the breath at a very fine level, from the time we take what's inside to we putting it outside of us. That's where we start to realize that that is something that we have control of. That space, that gap in between inhalation and exhalation, that is something that we have conscious control of and subconscious control, right? If we take that awareness from anything that's around us, we close our eyes and we focus and put that intention into each breath that flows in and flows out of us, we're able to basically become that magnitude vortex. I don't know if you've seen the vortex that has that magnetic energy field, but when we tap into that, it's like the flow of air in and out of the lungs. When we tap into that, we are able to tap into everything, inshallah. If you have ever gotten to the point where you've experienced nothingness or a space between being in your head, and you know when you're in your head. A perfect example, if you don't know when you're in your head, is when you're upset. I know everyone's been that's experienced this, right? So whenever you're driving down the road and somebody cuts you off and you're just like, man, fuck you, like you're really pissed off at them, that is a moment when you're in your head. Yesterday, I actually did that when some guy was merging onto the highway and they cut off my wife while she was in the right lane. They could either have slowed down or sped up, and I was like, man, fuck you. Like we were just like, fuck this guy. And then they did the same thing to us, right? That's a perfect example of when you're in your head. We've all experienced road rage. We've all experienced being upset at somebody, whatever the situation may be, right? But if we take that step down and we respond in a way where it's more a full body experience instead of just being like reactive. If it's a full body experience, meaning we work our way up from the energy system of our feet all the way up, and that's how we fully express ourselves, that's going to be a true expression of what is actually meant to happen in that moment. So if we take our true intention when a situation happens, let's say a guy cuts off my wife again, I'm going to use the same example. I could have responded in a way that would be like, maybe this guy has to take a shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he has to do something like that. I'm getting text messages out the wahoo every single time. Remember, like, share, subscribe, you guys. But at that time, when I went into my head and just flipped this guy off, I wasn't aware of it. But whenever we get to that point of just being in our heads, we're not aware of the body's experiences. We're not aware of what the body is doing. And I guarantee you, my shortness of breath was rapid. Like, because when we get upset with people, our breath rate starts to increase, right? Our diameters of our veins and all of that, our muscles, they contract. In my neck, probably contract. My lower back contract. We get ready to brace for impact. It's that fight or flight experience that we get when we get upset, and then we get into our head. And then we start to realize that eventually it subsides. That upsetness subsides, and we get back into flow. We get back into our breath, right? So when I started to experience that person cutting off my wife, I'm like, all right, cool. Then I got back to what I was doing. I was really just distracted in my phone. Like, let's be real. And that's another thing too, is if we're not able to take that energy, that intention, and direct it in a really effective and efficient way that serves us, that serves ourselves from the past, from the present, and in the future, then if we take that and truly put it into that moment, that's when we're going to experience a true understanding as to how we are dictating ourselves and really putting in that true, I don't want to word this, essence of who we are meant to be and what we came here for, right? Inshallah. And I believe that if we are able to move with the breath, do things that move the breath too, this is the second part that I want to hit on. One, I would say is number one, focus on your breathing. Focus on your breathing. Put intention in there. Like, just be mindful. Cut everything out. If I were to take something away from that story I was telling you about the guy cutting me off, I would have just cut everything off, went right back into my breath. Whenever things get tough, whenever things get rough and we're wanting to retreat, let's say that you're an addict and you've been doing whatever you've been doing, abusing whatever substance you're abusing, and causing yourself to be in that habit loop. And you know that, okay, if you're in that habit loop, for those that don't know, habits work in a cycle, right? We have the stimulus, we have the cue, we have the stimulus, the cue, and then the response to the habit, if I'm remembering correctly. For those that haven't read The Power of Habit, definitely check that book out. You can just chat GPT it, you Google it, whatever you use, whatever way to research. You can just search it there, and you'll see that if we're putting ourselves in that habit loop that doesn't serve us, that's where we need to see the situation, take ourselves out of that situation, and put ourselves in a better one. So what do? We create habit cycles that are going to serve us, right? That habit cycles that are meant to get us to that point where we want to materialize the thing that we truly desire. And that's what I'm doing now, right? I've been going to the gym for well over 25 years of my life, alhamdulillah, and I truly appreciate everything, everyone that comes there on a consistent basis. They are there because they have tapped into it too. There's people that I see at the gym, I'm like, okay, at the same time. But the true thing is that you're really needing to tap in to that, however you want to perceive it, that God within you, and that real subconscious, whatever your God may be, that real subconscious way of being. If you tap into that, then you're able to see and be in that flow state, and you're not going to be distracted by what other people do. You're just really in that Zen space. Please let me know if you're able to be in that Zen space, right? Let me know what were you doing when you tapped into that Zen space? Were you doing something that somebody else has taught you in your life, that you were growing up and learning from them? Were you doing something that you wanted to go against what other people were teaching you, so you went into something else and you started to be in that space and just be in that for whatever intention may be? And that's the thing that I want to really, and the next thing I want to touch on is the importance of just moving the breath, regardless if it's something where people are upsetting you or if it's something that's inspiring you. Just moving the breath is going to cause you to get out of that stagnant way of being and bring you to a place where you're able to materialize things that you wanted to materialize from the beginning, right? So that is something that, please, I appreciate the love down below. Appreciate it. Fam's hitting me up. Let me know where you're coming in live from, for sure. But yeah, if you're able to just move the breath, it being the breath, and then come back to a space where it's just harmony or stasis, there we are. Once we get to that point where we're in stasis, We're in homeostasis. And the action from day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, whatever, day 30, day 1000, right? We take that time and that repetition and the intention, and that's where we're going to come to the materialization, right? If we just truly express that and impress it upon our subconscious mind, that's where we're going to notice the true growth, the true way of being. And that's when we'll be able to come back to a centered space. All right. Hey, I love Jesus too. Shout out to Jesus. I love Allah. I love the haters too. I love all of you. There is so much love to go around the planet that it doesn't make sense to hate. Even if people do you wrong, you know, make sure you're cool. Make sure you're safe. If they're threatening your space, fuck them up. But if it's a point where people are just barking, let them bark. I noticed that it's the smallest people, not even like physically, but it's the smallest people that talk the loudest because they haven't done anything in their life. So they want to see somebody else is doing it. Take that intention of their internal voice that's fucking up their mind, and they want to put it on somebody else because that's the only thing that makes them feel safe. And I feel for these people. I really do. My aim is to get 1,000 of these people that hate on others and turn it into love. That's all it's really about, bro. If you're over here just spreading hate, then just go on with your life, bro. Like there's if you take an individual that's filled with hate and another individual that's filled with love, who do you think is going to have time on this planet that's going to be more beneficial and happier and more filled with joy and fulfillment than not? It's going to be the person that's filled with love. So I really, truly hope that you experience love in this lifetime and you don't judge people on labels. You don't judge people based off of what they're going through. Focus on what you're going through, you know, and then make what you're going through be so much love and enjoyment and fulfillment that it overflows your cup into other people's lane that then could uplift their cup and they can flow into others. That's what it's about, y'all. Much love. I truly appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day and start to the week. I'm going to hit this workout. It's your boy Maj tuning out. MAJSAYY on Instagram. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Peace.